Today we are going to talk about classes, what we will be covering. The first thing in CMMI level 3, what we need to know about as a requirement analyst are as follows. First of all, what we do as a requirement analyst. The first task as a requirement analyst we do is we first check where from that requirement has come in. Is it given by the client as a requirement specification document, or after rigorous discussion with the client our team has made a requirement specification document? After I check that as a requirement analyst, let's say I am seeing that client has provided the requirement specification. So what is my activity then? My activity would be to identify where are the uncleared points, means what we could not understand. We will just make it noted for further clarification from the client. Next we break his specification into tiny module basis such that we can create the unit subunit level actual expected output to achieve his ultimate software development objective. Every client is having some objective. As an example, someone is creating an e-commerce portal. He has given so many list of things, but I don't understand what e-commerce does. Then I won't be able to map that whether the objective of his online selling of his own product is met or not. So that to get the objective, we need to break all these projects with specification to modules, like whether the photo of the items are properly uploaded or not. Yes, it's done, so it's going towards the proper objective. Whether I can add or modify price of each item or not, so it's satisfying the objective and it's going toward the bigger objective of the software development. So this way we will be breaking it phase wise or unit and sub unit wise, and after that we give it to our internal stakeholder, project managers, to review this. If my analysis of the requirement is perfect, then we also share that document to the client for his final approval, that yes, whether we have understood his requirement properly or not, and we also send him our doubts which we need to clear from him. After he gives us back with his comments, if we understand, we modify our document as a scope of work is said to be SOW, and it is sent to the client via middle manager to get the approval. Now whenever it is approved, we keep it as a whole number configuration. Let's say if it is X, then we will say that it's X 2.0. So we maintain the versions manually, so approved version is said to be whole number at the suffix. So it's done. Now go back to the origin again. The client has not provided any requirement specification, so we need to create the specification actually. So what we will do? We will do like we have to create, we arrange for many meetings with the client via middle manager. We have to understand, we will ask them the what is your business flow, what you want to achieve by developing this, each and everything, how you want a user to interact with the system, how everything we ask them and we know. And at the end we create our understanding document, we send him to match whether what we have understood is perfectly okay with what he actually expecting from us. So as a requirement analyst, we have to do this, is a major roles and responsibility, and then we go forward for its flow designs. It's actually the total SRS software requirement specification document, which will be the final one before the development, because it is also having its high level design, low level design, how data flows, how process flows. So everything when we do, we send it for the final approval, and we make the proper configuration management, and we keep it as a repository of in respect to with respect to a particular project ID in our repository, and then it goes forward for the next level. I feel that as a requirement analyst, my task is over. And now I will take help as a requirement analyst from the designers, software designers. I will ask them to use the VSS to create the HLD. I'll ask them to, okay, you make the LLD. So I will incorporate all this stuff in my SRS, and my task is over. So I think it's the roles and responsibility as a requirement analyst, and how I am satisfying my company policy. Yes, continual improvement is always there. You understand that I am rigorously talking with the client, right? So I am rigorously interacting with the client. That means whatever he is saying with the new changes or new things which we didn't understand, we incorporate into the next version. So it is continual improvement. Number two, how I am maintaining the cost effective solutions as per our quality policy. As a software as a requirement analyst, actually the more we dig a system, the more we get the flaw in advance. The more we get the flaw in advance, the more we put effort. Means less we put effort, the less we put effort is the less cost. So I have proved that yes, I am using the cost effective solution as well. Now I am getting the customer satisfaction on by properly delivering on deadline and getting the trust of him. How? Arranging meeting, understanding the things, everything is totally sent to him for his approval. Now he is understanding already that what kind of time we may need to totally fulfill his requirement as a complete SDLC, and whatever we can understand is he will also do the same with the means he will agree with the point of our delivery, and whenever he will also understand that if we go with this kind of a process, global delivery process, then of course his objective will be totally fulfilled. So in advance itself he is satisfied, and upon delivery, of course my organization will be exceeding his satisfaction. So total quality policy is actually satisfied by my role. Maybe it is directly or indirectly. Thank you for